they've already changed clothes. They're well illuminated with the security lights when they came on, plain clothes. But as they're walking down the street, they're all dressed in black. And they get right there to the edge. One of them gets behind the first tree there, and then all three of them were shooting firearms. You can see the where it's discharged with the fire, and of course the sound, and got that recorded. That in itself is that instance. So today, as I leave to go get some gas for the lawnmower, the individual out here in the red truck was actually in a different car, riding my bumper, within inches. I finally stopped, got out, and asked him why he was riding my bumper, and he just looked at me. I said, "Are you crazy or something?" I said, "You don't get out here and get somebody killed." "Well, there's been people trying to kill me for a long time." I said, "Well, I'm going to tell you, threatening me with your vehicle is a bad idea." So I get my gas and come back. He and two more, or about 10 more, work together in unison to block, and I'll produce a video. And he'll read the back of my driveway. Okay, so you'll see the second video. So what kind of lie he tell?
We ain't worried about what he's talking about. We're here for you.
Well, yeah. Right there the truth. All right. So last night, I'm still working on the footage of that because there's several instances. Black truck, 3 young men. So when you pass, those lights illuminate the vehicle. Right. So they got plain clothes on. Start screaming obscenities. I'm out here in the yard, and they get back around there. I'm saying, "Stop, you got something to say." We'll be back. Okay. I'm still out here working, and I'm sitting on this porch, right there. Yeah, and I see 3. They've done got enough time to stop, close, put all black on. Ooh. And they're walking down the road. I'm waiting on them. And they get right to the edge there of the road. And then you can see the fire discharge from weapons. Bam, 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 bam. I turned around. I'm saying, one, is that a starter pistol, blank, are they a bad shot? I didn't run. Walked back to the house, and as I got right there, then that's what he saw. And then, of course, they fired off another couple of rounds. That guy I was right around that electric pole, and they was behind those 2 trees right there. Black pickup truck, 3 youngsters. Now, I don't know if that's legal but I do know this. Anyway, so today I'm just going to get gas for my lawnmower. There's some yard work. This clown that just stopped, I pull out, there's nobody on the road. And he's coming slow and then speeds up and he rides my bumper all the way to 348. Pulled out on 348. I think he's going to hit me. I'm not talking pump drafting. He's close. Inches.
You got the video of that too?
I've got it in my rear camera. It's on the SD card. I have to pull that out, but I do have it, yes. Okay. And I also I've got 2 cameras that'll have that rear footage of that happening. So I stopped, okay? I stopped right there in the highway. I got out. "What is your problem?" He just looked at me like I was crazy. I said,
"Somebody stopped in the middle of the highway. I think the same thing."
Well, there's no shoulder. There's no shoulder right there.
Pull and drive away. Let him get on about his business.
If you'll notice that,
keep going.
Well, from 9, when you go 348, there's nowhere. There might be one little field cut there, but you got to go to the yellow store across the county line. But now there's not any traffic. I pull slightly to the shoulder, but there's not much of a shoulder there. Okay. So I jumped out and I says, I said, what do you, I said, look here, you don't be riding me that close. I said, Bet, I said, you must have some kind of death wish or something. Messing with people like that, grown folks. There's been a lot of people tried to kill me. I said, I'm going to tell you what. I said, acting the way you act. And I said, and using your car as a weapon, it ain't no different.
I wasn't sure why I was using his car as a weapon.
Because he was targeting me with it. Just like if I was coming towards you with a car, you'd fill that windshield up, bullet hole stop it.
Sure would.
Okay, that's how it's a weapon. All right, now, let's go to, after I got the gas, I had these other cameras, but this was more expeditious, where I could show it to you guys. Okay, here we go. All right, now coming back up 9. Yeah, I was a little late on the cut when they was both swerving, both lanes. All right, but you'll see it here.
I can't see nothing because that glare.
Here, get it where you can see.
I don't want to hold it on. You're following them too closely now.
No, I'm pretty far. I zoomed them in.
Yeah,
they're zoomed
that's
in.
following too closely right there.
They're zoomed in.
That's following too closely right there. Tim, how fast are you going right there? You just said 70, 80 miles an hour, right?
That's what they go. No, I was going 33.
33?
Hold on a minute, you'll hear me tell
Are you 3 and a 3rd car linked behind that vehicle in front of you?
A lot further back.
Oh,
I've got it zoomed in where I get the tag now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm nowhere that close.
It looks like you are.
Well, that's just because I've got it zoomed in, trust me.
You're really close to him. That's following too close. That's the same thing what you just said the other man was
This
doing.
is when I do this, that doesn't mean I'm round their bumper, and that's what I did.
Zoom it all the way out.
It's already recorded, so I can't make it zoom all the way out. Now, I can go to the one before I did the zooming. Let's go here. Maybe. Here we go. There's your distance.
Yeah. He's holding it there. That's a different vehicle now.
Yeah, there's your distance.
That's a different vehicle.
I'm zooming it in. Might get close. Zooming it in.
No, that's
Now, he
close.
stopped. Well, he stopped. Yeah, he stopped right in the highway. Wait a minute. Nobody's turning.
Okay. Okay. So he turned.
Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, that's the old man that just stopped here. Okay, they both stopped, blocking both lanes.
Right.
That's dangerous, but
Yeah, I'd agree.
okay. Now, I've got another one that's riding me like the other guy was. Now here I am. So she has stopped. I tried to wave her around. I got out. Yeah, I got out. She had plenty of room. There's no traffic there. Now she takes off. Got her to get her tag number.
She couldn't do that from sitting in your driver's seat when she went around you.
Well, she wasn't gonna go around me. I'd been sitting there. I'd still been sitting there.
Well, you could have drove up, but then you could have went around just like they did.
Well, she was working with them. If you watch, I'm gonna show you that. She's working
All
with
right,
them.
what would they do then?
All right, so I've got this one and this. Roll it forward. Yeah, I've got those tag numbers as they roll on up the road here.
Right.
And I
What
get.
do we need to do today? I know you got the tag number.
I got the. All right, so they're meeting and rendezvousing right there.
All right, what do you want to do today, though?
Then I've got them shouting and screaming
Okay.
obscenities from the fire department.
Okay. What do you
I
want
want to
us
file
do
a
today?
criminal stalking complaint against one of these people that I've got.
Where you been filing your criminal stalking complaints at? Because it ain't been with us. Has it?
I don't know how many times I've complained in the last 5 years and had officers out here. I couldn't count that. You'd have more.
I could probably count them.
How many?
A lot.
Okay.
So, where have you been doing your criminal complaints at, though?
I don't understand the question.
You don't understand the question?
No.
Where have you been filing your complaints at? What
Which
office?
complaint?
Any of
Against
them.
stalking here?
Any of them. Have you done any with
With
our
the
office?
Department of Justice, FBI, your office,
Okay.
MBI,
Okay.
Attorney General Lynn Fitch, her Public Integrity Office,
Right.
the United States Department of Justice, Criminal Federal Civil Rights Division. It's
So what you're going to have
for
to
the
do?
long list.
What you're going to have to do today?
And so when I talked to the FAA yesterday, as the drone was tied in to the shooting and all this stuff out here, they said they've opened an investigation, and they said we work with local law enforcement. And I said I understand that. Got to have boots on the ground. I said, but I understand that I've made 30, 40 calls, FBI hotline about the drone. They have to call Union County out here, same old, same old. They don't have a Jetson mobile to go out there and get it. I said, but I wasn't aware that that was the first person that you went to. They never took a complaint. We talked about drones, and yeah, scratched their heads, but I never got any paperwork on that. So I made them aware of that when I file complaints, Union County comes out, I get no paperwork, I get dismissed to something else, and I realize that as the situation is, as it involves people that you work for and with, that it is awkward or whatever. I mean, so I understand that. So the purpose of me calling y'all out here today, make you aware that this is going on. Now,
That's all you want to do is make.
no, I want to make a complaint on these people doing this. Now, so where would you suggest I take the complaint? Because what they're going to say is local law enforcement first, and if they have to recuse themselves, or if it's something that they feel like they need to bring somebody else in, they have to pass it through the chain of command. Not me. I'm not law enforcement. You are.
You made the call, didn't you?
Which call?
The call today.
Yes, sir.
You made your complaint today, right?
I sure did.
All right.
So I want to file criminal charges against
Where
those guys.
you been filing your charges at?
Where have I been filing my charges?
Have you filed charges through our
I sure have. I've had several through
That's where you
Union
need. That's where you need to go file your charges. We can't file charges Monday, Friday through Sunday.
There's no
after 5 on Friday and before 8 on Monday. You can't file charges anytime in those hours.
Okay.
So you have to do that Monday
So,
through Friday 8 to 5 with Justice Court.
Gotcha.
We're going to part of
Yes, yes,
Beyond Mississippi.
it's a felony thing. So I have to talk to a Baron or Chapel or whoever does that. So for the instant, y'all not gonna write an instant report and take any information.
You didn't ask for a report.
I'd like that.
You didn't ask for a report. You said you want to file a complaint.
Yeah, well, I'd like to at least
There's a difference between a complaint and a report.
report, and then we parlay that into a complaint. Is that not how it works? I mean, I don't work for law enforcement. I don't.
No, a complaint is you just making your complaint to us,
Right.
to our office.
And it's like duly noted, and everybody
Yeah, I
goes
mean,
on about their
it's
business.
in a computer system, and then if you want to report, that's a different thing.
Yeah,
Report's where we write out something or type something up and hand you a piece of paper.
Right. So.
You have to know what you want.
Right.
That's why I'm asking
Well,
the question.
I want what every other citizen would get if they're reporting
If
a
somebody
crime
got-
on their property where people shooting a weapon or pretending to shoot a weapon. Either one.
And the weapon got fired last night.
Yeah,
How
I've
come
got.
you didn't call last night? Did you call last night?
No, no.
You didn't call last night. It wasn't a big deal last
No.
night, huh?
Oh, yes, big deal.
Well, why didn't you call then?
Because to avoid unprofessional in someone that has. I've been completely professional with you.
Yeah.
You have been completely rude,
I'm
short, and curt about the whole thing.
No,
That's
I'm
what I
not.
wanted to avoid.
I'm not being rude or whatever you just said I was. I'm trying to help you out.
No, you're talking over me. You're dismissing me.
I'm not
Why did you
dismissing
do this? Where else have you been filing reports?
So I'm asking because I know you filed reports at other places. I know you've done that.
So your interest in my other legal filings and stuff has what to do with a crime that happened right here in your jurisdiction that fully falls on the Union County Sheriff's Department. Why would you ask me where else have I been doing it? I mean, I don't see how that would even come into the conversation.
All right.
Other than the fact that it was easier to dismiss it and ignore it. But you know, I moved here close to 6 years. I don't know anybody here. And they kicked it off with coming by and harassing county obscenities. I said, what's going on here? And when I had my bait of it, I ended up going to jail. So if you take that, and I'll give you a little something, gander at these posters here.
You want to come over here and probably
Yeah.
do this report with him?
Yeah.
What is this?
These were left. My camera footage have these right here on December the 28th as Union County deputies backed out. On October the 10th, this sign right out here in my front yard. How do you like our drones? Because I'd made a complaint to the FAA about drones, and I had that. So that's to pretend I'm not being criminally stalked and harassed relentlessly when I'm dealing with this stuff. My camera footage shows Union County pulling up. There's nothing here. As they pull out, these two signs appear. This was on October the 10th. What they were doing on the road October the 10th is what they were doing today. The only difference was they weren't firing weapons. May or may not have bullets in it. They sound real to me. Again, if you're out here, it's dim lit, 3 people coming your way, they've already promised and threatened you, and you hear fire, somebody shooting at you, you respond to different the way I respond. So,
I called 911, but that's just...
well, look, I was just absolutely devastated at the fact, it's like, there's no limit. So, okay. Well then today, it starts again. It starts with a few people that have an axe to grind, and then somebody that ain't got no dog in the hunt, gets something slick, comes in, then they become an innocent bystander, and now they hate me for no reason at all other than the fact I said something to them. I said something to their friend that's just a cancer, if you will. It's just a cancer. And so I can't control all that, but what I can, I had 2 vehicles pull up right there before I ended the video at the fire department, screaming, shouting obscenities, threatening. That's how it ended up. So, who do I need to send the footage to? I've got the 3 tag numbers.
What you'll need to do is take all your evidence. He's gonna write your report up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So what you'll do is take all your evidence, you'll put it all together, and whenever you come to charge somebody, whoever it may be, I don't know how you're gonna figure that out. It's not.
Well,
it's not up to me to do.
Well, I know that. All I can do. Nor is it up to me to investigate. But
this is.
it is not you to investigate.
That's above.
My pay grade.
Above my pay grade.
Look, if you get $5 tomorrow, you beat my pay grade. But you got a high dollar drone that your mama gave you.
My dad.
Your mama, somebody got, you not the one that's got the little drone family?
I am. I also sold it 6 years ago.
Oh, well.
Or 5 years ago.
You bet that long?
Yeah.
I remember talking to you out here, and you showed me the little drone you got. I thought you got it to give for something.
What's that got to do with anything?
It ain't got nothing to do with it. Other than the fact that time has made me more salty. But it hadn't got anything to do with it. So yeah, let's get the report, and that's the reason. That's the reason.
So
it was.
What are we going to report today? Are we going to report
these people?
3 knuckleheads last night that shot something.
Right.
Not sure what they shot.
Yeah.
Not sure if they shot a blank or
exactly
an actual weapon, or you don't have any bullet holes or anything on your house.
No, or me. I don't.
Well,
So, but what I'm saying is that's. I don't think it's. We could consider that perfectly legal. Could we? If you'll listen
got
up.
the video of it.
Oh yeah. This is one of.
Who is
Wait,
this?
that's me, but here they have guard on that. Wait a minute. I'm moving, but you can hear them talking. But wait a minute. Oh, you heard that? Okay. So it was about several of those. And I don't know what their intended thing was, is to make him think we were going to kill him. Whatever it is, it's terroristic in nature, it's organized in nature, and it's a felony in nature. That's not a misdemeanor. So that was last night. And I think it was like, watch him, he's scared to death, he's going to run call the police and all that stuff. And that's the main reason I didn't do that.
Okay.
That's the main reason I didn't do that.
Well, and that's the reason I asked, because you have something like that.
I got so much going on.
You take a situation like that, even me being law enforcement, I'm going to call. I don't care. I'm joking. I may shoot back, but I guarantee you I'm going to call.
I wish you'd been here. You would have shot back. Because you don't have time to say, are those guns real? Has that got blanks in it? As they're walking towards me, they already promised me to come by. We'll be back. And he went up there and they put all black on. And I'm watching them come down the road. And I'm like, and so when they got onto my property, I'm still standing my ground, and they start, after they fire off several rounds, and I'm like, they're real bad shots. That's a starter pistol or blanks. And
What's the starter pistol?
you know, like in track meets, bang, people run, or swim meets. It's just, it's a 22 round with a blank in it.
Okay.
Unlike the ones Alec Baldwin had. I mean,
What about that?
yeah.
That's something.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get this report going.
Okay.
Got everything? Let me write it down and get a copy of it.
Appreciate it.
Write the report down.
Okay. Let's put these back in the trunk. There you go.
Hey, how about you?
Trying to preserve evidence here. I'll do. Got my press on it. Moving around for the 18. Lord help us. I'm gonna turn this thing off. This thing can't work without a hard drive. I mean, it's absolutely cannot work. I tried to do some work outside. Oh, God, mighty. I let my dog out 3 or 4 nights ago. I've inherited that one over there, that female. I feed them, but I've got my service animal in there. She come, and I watch her close. Goes around there to do her business, and I'm kind of watching her. She comes back in the house and starts like standing. She's a registered, AK, whatever, C registered pug. And she was that I couldn't barely run with her. I took her to the Saltilla vet. Well, she's ingested something, not a toxin. I said, well, could it have been something? Could she's been given something that had something else in it? And he has a blood sample. But that little lick was $313, and I've got her on medication. And I've got PTSD. She's my service animal, and so she won't just eat anything or from anybody, just anybody. There's a few people that she knows that she's friendly with that she'll trust. Like she didn't know you, and you hand her hamburger, she loves her hamburger. She tends to be very slim. She would need it. But she's still not totally recovered. And it's I'm one thing, but you know, she's that's like my child. You know what I'm saying? Your K9, those early K9 now, if you ain't always been K9. So you got a relationship with that animal.
Yeah.
And so you understand why.
Around what time was that last night?
Last night, let's look at this video. That time. It was 10:30. I need that look. I have a look.
Alright, so you stated on 10, 22, and 21, around 22, 30 hours, three males or females in black clothing.
They were males. Let me make double sure that I'm gonna tell you wrong on the time.
You gonna be able
Because
to
they got two different dates. Here we go, right there. 11/21/80. The October 10th deal with the sign stuff was at 10:30.
Okay, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about what happened.
And in a black truck, they drove by. They had their windows down.
Said they'd be back.
They were screaming and stuff. I said, "Stop then." And when they got back, that one said one sign, "Oh, we'll be back. We'll be back." I have no reason not to believe that one for. And so 10 minutes later, I'm sitting on this concrete slab right here, and I see three figures, all in black, walking out like the OK Corral. I'm waiting on them, not saying anything. When they got right there, at the edge of my yard, then they started moving into the yard, and they raced. I couldn't tell because they were in black, and it's really dark right in there. But I could see the fire coming and forth here, the sound, bam, 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 and I'm like, I can't run. What am I gonna get? I'm either dead or they can't shoot.
What else?
That was about it on that. One stayed behind that tree there, and it lit up. He was on a cell phone or something because I had stopped and posted up behind that pole. Now, the other two were not visible then. I think they got ghosts, and he was, I think, felt hemmed up because of the close proximity. And so he got a real gun. I'm not close enough to run to him, you know, and so I'm gonna just go ahead and document this. As I'm walking back, get about right here, he fires off another one. And so now y'all get the story. And that was it. I just if y'all come out here last night, I know you would. They would have been. All I had was the same thing I had today. Okay.
All right. So is this all you want to put on this report?
Last night, yes.
Okay. So 3 suspects came from town, come from your house and shot, right?
Yeah. Several rounds. You know, 25, 10 rounds.
What's your date of birth?
12/26/65. So it.
What's your phone number?
486-41141.
486.
41141. some of them I downloaded, and the other ones I had, until I started working on it, to put it together was, it's not awful. I do have one on my phone that's screen, it's coming back.
Whatever you come back last night after the day after that.
After that, my bullet wound healed. I went to bed, and I got up this morning, just to work around the house and catch a call for business. And so, what hour and a half ago, I get my gas can, go out there, and this guy looking like an undertaker is driving up on me like he's crazy. You tap the brakes a little bit, they'll back up. He had no intention of backing up. So, in light of last night, my effervescent, bubbly personality has fizzed out. I'm in no mood for any of that BS. And so they made sure it's coordinated. Before I can get that camera started, I've got this other camera footage. If they ever asked for it, it shows them doing this big dagging, like, and going slow, like, hope you're not in a hurry. Just let me very obvious. We can do this, we're going to do this. Nobody got nothing. It's Wild West. And of course, what I'm doing then, I got this other lady. She said, well, just stop and let her around. I did stop. She wouldn't go around. And until I opened the door, the film inside. But, so, box them in. 2 in the front, her in the back, you're boxed in. And we got real bullets today. I didn't say that, but I think any reasonable person that experienced what I did last night, probably the next day, might assume, you can't assume they don't.
I feel like you were in armed today on the roadway.
Did I?
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm in danger when I'm on the roadway. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I've never,
Let me suggest something.
just like when you're out here working.
Let me suggest something to
Yeah.
you, okay? If you feel like you're in danger, don't exit your vehicle. Get in your vehicle, stay in your vehicle,
Yeah.
put it in drive, and try to get around it.
I got you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if you feel like you're in danger, why put yourself in more danger by getting out of your vehicle?
Right.
Okay.
I have had deals with front, back, and side, and then they just stop, and couldn't get peace. I've probably got close to 3, maybe 4 terabytes of footage that includes a lot of what I just, and not just me. I've traveled West Coast and back and so forth, so it's not like it's some local ritual or something.
After the roadway cleared, you returned home.
Right today, yes. Yeah, I drove slow. I wasn't in no hurry. I drove slow. As I got here, the people that were obstructing stopped up there. They were talking to 2 individuals. Same thing on this corner. I got the footage of that. And they pulled in the fire department. And Butterbean said, why ain't you been talking to my wife?
You got a pen?
No.
Just pen out here and sign up there.
Okay. Right.
Up there with that star in that. Let's turn over.
Thank you.
I just up there whenever you figure out here. Come up here and talk to you guys.
Cops apples, I guess it's, you got a bear and who else? Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Right. What friend? All right, guys, don't think there. work did. Car. Now this is gonna really work well if I ain't got a thing put in. Okay. Move on. Plug this up right here. Oh, I'm still live. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know if you heard it, see it. You got the short version, really, of the story. There is more to it. Prior to the shootout in my front yard, there was very malicious drone activity, and they do their limp-wristed falling star move, all these things to harass and to irritate the victim. And then they have the shooting out here. They're doubling down on that. This is a systematic, continuous, relentless ploy to destroy victims. As you witness law enforcement, their attitude, how dismissive they were. They didn't want to hear anything other than start an argument, take it somewhere else. Now, I did get a complaint, a piece of paper from them. That's what I wanted. That is the prize. Now, do I expect them to do anything about it? Absolutely not. Why? They run it. Let me hear from you, folks. Share, like. I appreciate your support on my GoFundMe page. I've got legal bills from these very same people. Tables turned. With someone said, I'm cyber stalking them because I captured the information, what they've done, and they disapprove of unflattering free speech. I have to pay attorneys, bondsmen, and they drag me and abuse me through the judicial system. That is an egregious miscarriage of justice and abuse of power. Title 18, Section 242, abuse under the color of law. And that includes state actors, fire chiefs, attorneys, and so forth, judges. It covers a multitude of sins. And they're well aware that I've made these assertions and complaints. My lawsuit with Union County, Mississippi, and being tortured in that jail, another one tortured in Lee County Jail, all arrested and drug in for stalking when I put a community-based agent of criminal gang stalking and I made it public. The ones that were or thought they had anonymity. But as it pertains to the federal case with Union County, the short deputy, the beard mustache K9 that had the attitude, the Napoleonic syndrome, happened to be one of the people that was right square involved with the torture and what I was put through at the Union County Jail. I think it's ironic that they would even allow him to come out here and take a complaint and to further exacerbate an already very, very, very serious situation. I think that was used to, again, to strip the victim of their dignity, to try to make them appear that they're suffering some type of psychosis. And so I didn't get much sleep last night, and I don't think anybody else could have under their circumstances. But just want to let you know this. There is more to the story. There are other things. As you can see, they were rushing through it, and so, but they already know there was a cannon there. They already know everything that's going on. So, of course, they don't want to hear it, and it pisses them off that they have to hear it. But what you didn't see or hear, if you'll notice, ladies and gentlemen, no gaslighting. We didn't hear, well, who? None of that. It was real. I didn't get any of that conversation. I don't get any of that conversation because I don't tolerate it. When elected officials and those in positions of trust and in law enforcement began that type of attitude with me, it is hotly met with complaints that other people and judges do not think is cute or funny. And they know I will absolutely exploit that very element of dismissing, gaslighting, and pretending with a true victim that has severely traumatized, especially. You don't think that's traumatic to experience what I have in the last 24 hours, then you're sadly mistaken. I don't know any of these people around here. Don't know any of them. None of them. I stay to myself. I advocate for victims all over this country. Moreover, the globe. I communicate with people. I try to encourage them. I try to separate the wheat from the chaff, the junk science and baloney to the real stuff. I'm on the front lines, guys, where the bullets are whizzing by, literally and metaphorically. I am absolutely in the trenches fighting these people face to face and head on. They didn't anticipate. I thought it was strange, and I'm going to wrap this up, that why didn't you call us last night? Why didn't you call us last night? Well, what I didn't tell them, what they already knew, and I didn't bring it in, they wanted me to, but I didn't, is the perpetrator on scene that is a tough guy, a real tough guy. And man, he's got a talk game that would scare the bark off a tree. But the first sign of any conflict, he had put on a set of stiletto heels, lip gloss, and squealed and went and curled up under a chair somewhere. And so I didn't go into any of that. I'm standing out here as I'm hearing these shots being fired, not knowing if it's real or not. I didn't run, duck, hit the ground. I walked straight into it. Okay, turn around. I slowly walked back here, and I've got had some things on my front porch that had I had an encounter with any of them individuals, you can rest assured that their friends and family, if they have any, would be planning, and there'd be different arrangements being made over the next week as it pertains to that individual. I'm satisfied. I am satisfied, whether I'm on the highway, in my yard, or wherever. A vehicle is considered a deadly weapon, as the officer absolutely concurred with that. He didn't want to, but he did. Why don't you just keep driving or whatever? Well, would you just keep driving? And the difference is, folks, I'm not law enforcement. Law enforcement has abused me and refused to protect and refused to do their job. When I make a criminal complaint, they're telling me to go see Chris Chappell. Well, he's named in a federal lawsuit, and his main platform is multiple criminal complaints and him doing absolutely nothing because it was his crash dummies doing it. Now, according to his crash dummy, the sheriff told him that he could tear up anything, steal anything, and do whatever he wanted to out here as it pertained to me. And when I call them, they're not going to do anything. And if that doesn't piss you off to hear that, you know it's true because they follow through by doing that very thing. That's why I've got them in court. I'm going to continue to do this. I have other cases I need to be building and working on now. Financial support and prayers and you sharing what I'm doing is paramount. Until next time, we get around and close this off. God bless you. Let me hear from you.